and pays great importance to innovative approaches in teaching process and scientific research. And pays great importance to innovative approaches in teaching process and scientific research.
Resilience. She has brought the issue of sustainability in the level of various state governments and institutional organizations. UN 2030 Agenda on Sustainable Development is a global action to cope with the mentioned challenges. Since the emergence of this agenda in 2015, the sustainability issue has become a priority topic not only for individual countries and industries but academia as well. Higher education institutions certainly have a vital role. Should also incorporate sustainability issue into the internal application. University has included the sustainability issue as one of the direction in the strategy. As one of the direction in the 2030 strategy.
Hep abim yeni bir şey görüyoruz burada. İlk defa 2000 yılında gelmiştim. O zaman Rafik Mer'in beni kabul etmişti. Rafik Mekriye yoktu. Tuvaletler berbattı yani. Gelmiştik o zaman işte o eski Sovyet'in kalan şeylerinden ve yavaş yavaş Azeri diline sahip çıkmak. Ve ondan sonra da işte bugün İngiliz dilinde dünya çerçevesinde bir üniversite görüyoruz ve sizi tebrik ederim. Çok yani yüreğimiz şeyle dolu, sevinçle dolu böyle bir mertebeye yetiştiğinize ve aynı zamanda da bundan sonra da gelecek adımlarınıza size başarılar diliyoruz ve hep sizinle birlikteyiz. So we are here together with a very important delegation. So I have to introduce the members of this delegation. So allow me to start with His Excellency, the Economic Cooperation. And from this position, actually, he participated to a sort of restructure. In our delegation is Professor Nicolaus Teodosiu. Professor Nicolaus Teodosiu, he is a and management of flood crises and things like that. But here is being organized to support the process of implementation of sustainable development. So he is from the offices. There are many research groups in all fields of interest. So you have these two professors and students here at this university. So of course in the delegation we have also heard about that. And there are many of, let's say, engineering masterpieces of this part of the world. From Aristotle University in Thessaloniki, we have professor of the Faculty of Business Administration in University of Sofia. So delegation that particularly we've been invited. Select some of the slides. The whole presentation will be here available for the professors. It is Friday afternoon here in Azerbaijan. I don't want to take too much of your time, but as I said, we are in and we have regions with aging population, and there are regions that are society. So the whole complexity, if we accept or not, is connected with this issue. And then we have this figure that I'm sure that all of us we are familiar with. So you can see that from 100 units of resources we are using for that. You can see in the bottom of this figure that very soon it will be not enough, the resources of not only of air, of water, of soil, and then all these on the environment. And here we are talking about the impact of CO2 and the greenhouse effect. The greenhouse effect, which is a fundamental effect, being now a plethora of different problems. So from this figure, in the atmosphere is coming from the fossil fuels.
Climate change is one of the many crises that we are facing at the moment. Together, of course, with the pandemic, the economic recession, the biodiversity, global level, and then, as you said, downscale the solution pathways in respond to this multiple crises. The aim is to reach the Agenda 2030 of the UN, the 17 Sustainable Development Goals, that are basically an investment program for countries to downscale to their national needs and help them accelerate the process towards the future, sustainable future, a sustainable interaction between society, economy, and nature. And for the hub is exactly to help countries and governments provide to them challenges with regards to implementing the climate action, sustainable development, and goal. I came from COP 2015 not just because 40 countries have agreed to climate neutrality by 2050. China, for the first time, I've seen the business sector and the financial sector engaging in the solution pathways, engaging in renewables and circular economy and nature-based solutions and digitalization and climate-proud or low-impact solutions. It is now cheaper to use renewables than fossil fuel. Of course, this is exactly the spirit, to see the possible synergies and meet positive one another in order to produce use skills together with the social capital, the social governance that is instrumental for
of Greece. You are welcome to make your speech. Welcome.
It's not very usual to be invited in a workshop where you are connected in some way with all the topics of the workshop. I have work related with water, with energy and the sustainable development goals, and I will just give you a few information about that. In order, again, as just now happened, in order to initiate more synergies between our universities or our organizations and your university. So I would like to start from the end and take the thread from one of the United Nations networks, one of the regional networks. These networks are called Sustainable Development Solutions Networks, and their purpose is to provide countries were the 12 countries of the Black Sea Economic Cooperation Organization at the time.
Invite Ms. Ayura Ismailova to present her presentation on sustainable development goals.
Distinguished hosts, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. It's my pleasure to be here and to welcome all of you in Azerbaijan, especially Azerbaijan Technical University. Taking this opportunity, I would like to thank all of who has contribution organization of this event. Thank you very much, all of you. I'm planning to highlight here. I'm working director of the University Industry Collaboration and the Lifelong Learning Center since January. And before joining to the Azerbaijan Technical University, which operates under the Minister of Economy of the Republic of Azerbaijan.
And being an economist, I would like to stress out that our contribution to the discussion we are having, the discussion we are having about sustainable development, is twofold. On the one hand, we can't do without economy, and we can't do without economy discussing about economy with respect to the succession of realizing all the different sustainable development goals that we defined. We can do it all, opportunities, but also obstacles for the realization of the sustainable development. Contributing to this discussion is also very crucial because
for all and oil and gas companies operating offshore should be in the first place. The importance of environmental control over the oil pollution in the Caspian Sea is obvious, especially in the implementation of offshore projects.
The problems of water and energy security is really important for such region as my Zaporozhye district and city of Zaporozhye, since it's really the industrial and historical heart of Ukraine. Since the erection of hydroelectric station in Zaporozhye in 1930, a lot of huge industrial enterprises were built, like Zaporozhye steel plant, Dnipro special steel plant, aluminium combinate, coke plant.
Just like you said, I believe that we have to return to peace as soon as possible in order for Ukraine, for Azerbaijan, for everyone in the world to be able to focus on our planetary crisis and work on resolving the sustainable.
Work as a senior lecturer here. I have two questions or requests. First one, we talk about climate change, about rising of
environment is one of them. If we tackle environment by itself, this is function by the way we produce and consume energy, food.
First of all, I don't see the connection. I don't see the connection between securing the import of natural gas with selling shares of the national
Minister of Economy of Azerbaijan. By the way, I am a PhD student at Azerbaijan Technical University.
I'd like you to answer to the first question. The microphone you have to open.
Okay. Technological solutions, social solutions, including existing ones and including future ones that are